you know, I'm going to have you introduce yourself. And you won't speak, but I just want them to know, you know, your organization and what you're doing, and then we'll introduce the other speakers, and then we'll let you speak. 45 minutes.
I'm president of the American Policy Center. We're located in Virginia, and we have been the leading organization across the country in fighting Agenda 21 for about 20-some years.
Thank you very much. Yay. Our second speaker is Scott Tips. Is he here? Oh, there's Scott. He flew in from Paris, and they sent his suitcase on, but they didn't let him catch the flight, so he had to drive from New Jersey, and I appreciate him making that effort.
Thank you. Yes, that was the hardest part of the trip, actually, driving from New Jersey, getting out of the state of New Jersey. I'm Scott Tips. I'm the president of the National Health Federation, the world's oldest health freedom organization, and the only ones representing you at the Codex Alimentarius meetings that are setting the food standards by which you and your children and your grandchildren are going to have to live by if the world continues on its course of harmonization and globalization. So we're the only ones there fighting your battle. And we've been doing it for nearly 20 years now, and I myself personally attended these meetings for 14 years. And in fact, in about 5 weeks, I have to go to another one where they're trying to dumb down the recommended daily allowance for simple vitamins like vitamin C, the B vitamins, and the like. They want to reduce them down to these Fred Flintstone levels and force them down our throats.
Thank you, Scott, and I can appreciate that. My family has needed supplements to ward off and survive some of the assaults on our health. And I can't imagine if we lose the ability to have them in amounts that will do any good. So thank you for coming. The next speaker will be Gary Berntsen. He's, oh good, Gary's here. We didn't have him on the agenda until yesterday, and I'm so glad that he can come. I did a radio interview this morning with WTKO, and that radiocaster Lee knew all about him and really did a great introduction. He knows all of you. He spoke about all of you. And it was wonderful to see mainstream media newscaster actually promote freedom and Agenda 21 knowledge to the people. He did not. He wasn't just neutral. He was very positive, and I sure appreciate that. So, Gary, introduce yourself so people can appreciate who you are.
Good afternoon. My name is Gary Berntsen. I'm a retired officer of the Central Intelligence Agency. I'm currently head of an organization on the executive committee of an organization called Concerned Veterans for America. I'm the director for the Southeast of the United States. We at Concerned Veterans for America are for small government, lower taxes, and fiscal responsibility. Some of you may remember several years back I was the Republican nominee for the Senate against Chuck Schumer here in New York. I would get defeated in the primary. I have traveled this state. I was born and raised in New York, and of course spent a major portion of my adult life serving abroad for this country. I'm the author of a book called Jawbreaker, which was about the role that I played in the invasion of Afghanistan in 2001. But when I speak a little while, I'll be speaking about economics, economic freedom, and the threats that we face, the economic threats that we face in this country. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Judith Whitmore. She has really helped me through this lonely journey. I want to tell you, when music moves people, and I love music, and that's when I had a spiritual experience through music, listening to the radio driving up to Rochester, when I decided to do this. And I knew that God wanted me to do this, and He would support me, but it wasn't easy, as all of the Patriot groups here know, and their speakers, you have a lot of opposition. But I want to share one of those pieces of opposition. Talking about politics, talking about freedom is not popular in our county. A lot of people chose not to come, and one of those groups was a wonderful choir, and I missed their presence. and because they felt, it was political and we can't support that. That's a shame. I would love to have them here to sing. But Judith came, when one door shuts, God opens the window and lets the light shine in. And Judith, I don't know how we got together, but she brought this musical program, this patriotic revival that we're going to hear right after the speeches. So we hope you'll stay for that and support us in that, historic readings and such. But I want Judith to introduce herself because she's going to be speaking, and she has an organization that you need to know about.
Well, I've watched her Herculean effort to put this together today, and I wish the stands were filled to overflowing. But I'm Judith Whitmore. I wear two hats, actually. I'm director of We the People of New York, which is a statewide organization. We're trying to institutionalize citizen vigilance to hold government accountable to the rule of law, especially our state and federal constitutions. In addition to that, I'm also founder of an organization called Stand Up and Sing for America. It's not a rah-rah organization. In fact, if you stay for the event later today, you'll be taking your first civic action, because we believe that singing our love for our country and the harmonious energy that goes forth is very important for our country right now to keep us strong and to keep us free and to protect us. Anyway, I look forward to speaking with you later. Thank you.
Is Sheriff Mack here? I know he just barely got in from a flight from Pennsylvania where he was speaking. He is our last speaker, and I know a lot of you are here to hear him. So, Richard, come on down when you can in time for your speech. And he is the founder of Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association, and he goes around the country educating the citizens, but also teaching classes to law enforcement so that they, in a time of crisis, have already recommitted to honoring their oath to the Constitution and supporting the people rather than blindly obeying orders of despots. So he is going to be teaching some free seminars tomorrow 2 to 5 here on the grounds, and Monday 9 to 12. So I want you all to call your sheriffs, your local police, and your state police and urge them to attend, because we need to unite with them. They need our support. They are being attacked also and made to feel like criminals, and they are those who will protect our rights. If we unite with them and support them, they will support us. So I thank Richard for being here also. I'd like to also say that I'm speaking later today about health freedom and the lack of informed consent, especially in New York State. So I hope you'll come back to the closing ceremony. We have some girls doing a dance and baton routine that are local. They're wonderful. And a young high school girl with a beautiful voice, which will end the whole night by singing a cappella the national anthem, and it's beautiful and you don't want to miss it. So I also want to thank Greg Hall. Where's Greg? He's right there behind here. None of these speeches or the Patriotic Revival would be possible without Greg being willing to come down and share his amazing equipment. The sound that you're hearing right now is because of him. It would not have been worth coming if we couldn't hear the music and the speeches. So thank you, Greg. Let me give him a big hand. He's a veteran, and a widower, and a good dad, and just a wonderful person. He is doing his business is now full-time being a DJ. His name tonight will be Dr. Feelgood. It's one of the few doctors that my husband will consent to go to. So I hope you will come back or stay for the dance tonight. Greg has lights and